Okay, this is the T4 by Captain Slug. It's similar to the C4, but it's in that smaller Talon Claw length. It's similar to the original Talon Claw, but it's got a lot of the same features as the C4. This is the default setup. It's got black hardware. It's a pretty accurate, pretty powerful platform. It is compatible with a lot of the accessories and add-ons, such as foregrips and shrouds, and different barrels. It has a quick release barrel that you can swap out. See, the barrel just comes out, you can slide a new one in. It has a full rail on top by default. It also has different stock options. This is the sling point stock option. You also have an adjustable stock option compatible with the worker stock or a 3D printed stock. You also have what's called the snagging stock, which is a solid piece stock. Other than that, it's compatible with a lot of the same upgrades as the C4 and Caliburn Talon Claw, such as the machine ram bases, machine plunger. T4 is a very accurate platform. It's very rigid. It is sturdy. This is the default setup, the 527 10 7/8 barrel with a K25 spring with 3D printed internals. Let's see what we can get. 220, 240, 244, 266, 262. So we're averaging the 250 with the default barrel and default spring setup, hitting about 250 feet per second. And that's really good. It's very accurate. The default setup is compatible with most scars that fit a 5/8 barrel or a 16mm barrel. It also has the standard upgrades, longer barrels, different foregrips. By default, it's compatible with the straight Talons only, Tachi mags, and curved Talon mags, and the shorter 10-round Talons with a single mag release. There are some other mag well options for angled mags. But there you go. So this is my new go-to blaster, of course, with the correct stock in my add-ons and foregrips. But I like the C4 and the Caliburn a lot, but with the better design of the internals and the kind of redesign of the whole structure itself, I think that the T4 is my new go-to springer. So this is the base T4 platform, compatible with a lot of upgrades. And overall, it's a really nice, solid platform. And unlike a lot of the other Talon Claws, you don't actually need a foregrip attachment. You've got enough meat up front that you can use it without a foregrip just fine. And I like the modularity of the different stock options and the different other things you put on it, there are more rails on the sides and other things that you customize with it to make it more personal to how it fits your play style. The only gripe would be the muzzle up here. All of this is mostly cosmetic, and so can't put bigger scars on it without a longer barrel or without taking off this stuff here. So you can easily get a longer barrel, or you can just take off this muzzle, put on your scars and stuff like that. It's the only gripe about it. And it is a little bit boxy. It has the design is more like a boxy feel to it, not super streamlined like maybe the SBL or the pump skewer. For what it is, I think the C4 in general compared to all the other offerings is it's a lot easier to modify. It's really good performance straight out of the box. You know, it's 250 on the default setup, literally default everything, and so you can easily hit really good performance with this without too much tinkering like some of the other platforms out there. So it's good size. It's a small platform though. You definitely need to stock with it. So I'll pull it down. Boom, right there. That's 31 pounds. So a 31-pound pulling force gives you 250. Compare that to, a C4 that's kind of maxed out. This one's got a lot more add-ons. It's got a double spring, but a more default length barrel. Yeah, that's at 280. And if we compare that, let's zero this guy. So that's 44. Let's do it again. Stop right as soon as you got. Boom, right there. Yeah, 39. So yeah, almost the same spring weight. So the same spring weight, but the bigger air volume in the different barrel, you can obviously tell that the similar weight but because it's a smaller platform, less power. So that is the difference between the Talon Claw C4. 31. So this is about 31 hitting 200, and this was 35 hitting 250. This is almost 40 hitting 300. So it's almost like you get 1 feet per second per pound force, depending on, of course, the efficiency of the system. Yeah, this is definitely my go-to blaster. Favorite. I mean, I've always liked the Caliburn, and I never liked the Talon Claw because it felt too short to me. But I've kind of gotten used to it now, and with the full-size stock, which is it's really good with the really, and it's nice that you can use it without a foregrip, and it's just the perfect size, I think, compared to a full-size C4, which has a more of a rifle feel, but really the difference is in the stock. And if you compare top to top, once you put a stock on the Talon Claw, it's pretty similar in size, and so you're not really gaining or losing a lot with the size, other than the max power ceiling is higher on the C4. But like you saw, I'm already hitting 250 default setup, and so if your local group, our group, has a 160 FPS limit, I'd have to put a really short 788 or really weak spring to hit it that low. And so what the Talon Claw lacked in performance compared to the Caliburn, I think the T4 kind of makes up for that with the more efficient internals. Props to Slug.